Recent statements by the FRSC Corps Marshal Dr. Boboye Oyeyemi suggesting that FRSC officers should be allowed to carry weapons for protection in order to deter violent road users is one of the many things wrong with policy implementation and law enforcement in Nigeria. The 2007 FRSC Act allows road marshals to carry guns, and the respective acts of almost every other law enforcement agency also permits those agencies to carry arms, including the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC). This is a problem. Nigeria is a lawless country. This lawlessness is only rivaled by its penchant for resorting to the use of force to settle disputes. A fundamental part of law enforcement training is that the use of force is a last resort. However, the Nigerian attitude of shoot first and ask questions later speaks to two things. First, the poor training given to non-military law enforcement officers, which is proving to be our undoing, and secondly, such an approach speaks to the militarization of law enforcement. For context, the 5 functions of the FRSC include preventing or minimizing accidents on the highway, clearing obstructions on any part of the highway, educating drivers, motorists, and other members of the public on the proper use of the highways, designing and producing the driver's license to be used by various categories of vehicle operators. The provision in the FRSC Act that allows its officers to bear arms is a mistake in the first place. Attempting to activate that clause in the Act amounts to overkill. Every law enforcement officer faces unruly citizens in their line of duty, but the Corps Marshal's statement is one that overplays the threat and blows it out of proportion in order to seek approval to bear arms. Between May 2011 and October 2020, a 9-year period, data from the Council on Foreign Relations Nigeria Security Tracker shows that there have been only 14 violent incidents involving FRSC officers, with 11 deaths. Of the 14 incidents, 3 involved police officers shooting Corps Marshals. 7 incidents happened on the job, while 1 involved an FRSC officer killing a fellow officer for whistleblowing in Anambra in June 2019. It is clearly important to state that in almost a decade, there have been only 14 incidents of violence against road safety officers. Oyeyemi's argument falls flat, especially if you consider that FRSC officials have come under attacks by bandits and angry mobs seeking revenge in 2020. Even considering the latter incident, the argument for the use of firearms makes no sense on account of the few incidents available. The fact that Nigeria is a lawless country is buttressed by this point. According to a report by SBM Intelligence, this year alone, between January and November 9th, 2020, the number of force brutality incidents, and these include the Nigerian Armed Forces, the Nigerian Police Force, and the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, as well as the Nigeria Customs Service, stands at 115, with 162 fatalities. There are well-documented abuses of Nigerian security officers without due process and accountability, but one that is not often talked about is the excesses of the Nigerian Customs Service. Between 2019 and 2020, SBM's Violence Tracker recorded 14 incidents involving customs officers. 28 people have been killed in the 14 incidents recorded. Of the 14, 8 incidents took place in Ogun State alone. There has not been a single official prosecuted or punished for these crimes. Protesting against human rights abuses and extrajudicial killings by the police has clearly not been enough to wake up the Nigerian government to the fact that it has a pandemic of extrajudicial killings on its hands. One simply does not solve the problem of unruly road users by arming road safety officers with guns. Where is the safety in that?